Have you ever reacted strongly to something small and later wondered why it affected you so deeply? Perhaps criticism feels unbearable, rejection feels devastating, or you constantly worry about disappointing others. The truth is, many of our adult behaviors are not created in adulthood. They were learned much earlier by a child who was simply trying to feel safe, loved, and accepted. As children, we depend entirely on the people around us. We learn what love looks like, how conflict works, whether our emotions matter, and whether the world is a safe place. But children don't have the ability to question their environment. They adapt to it. Whatever helps them survive emotionally often becomes part of their personality. If you grew up in a home where mistakes were criticized, you may become an adult who fears failure. If affection was inconsistent, you may constantly seek reassurance in relationships. If expressing emotions led to punishment or rejection, you may learn to hide your feelings and pretend that everything is fine, even when you're struggling inside. Psychologists often refer to this as conditioning. The child version of you learns certain rules about the world. Rules such as, I must be perfect to be loved, I shouldn't trust people, or my needs don't matter. The problem is that these rules rarely disappear on their own. They quietly follow us into adulthood. This is why some people become chronic people pleasers. Saying no feels dangerous because deep down they still fear losing love or approval. Others become emotionally distant because vulnerability once felt unsafe. Some constantly overachieve because they believe their worth depends entirely on performance. The strange thing is that these patterns often operate automatically. You may believe you're making rational decisions, while your younger self is actually trying to avoid old wounds. Your adult body lives in the present, but part of your mind may still be reacting to experiences from years ago. This doesn't mean your childhood determines your entire future. It simply means that understanding your past gives you the power to change your present. Awareness is often the first step toward healing. You cannot rewrite your childhood, but you can learn to stop letting it control your decisions. Healing begins when you recognize that many of your reactions were once survival strategies. They protected you when you were young. But what protected you as a child may no longer serve you as an adult. You don't need to keep following rules that were created by pain. Perhaps the most important realization is this: the child inside you was never weak, broken, or difficult. They were simply adapting to circumstances they couldn't control. They did the best they could with what they had. And now, as an adult, you have the opportunity to give yourself the understanding, safety, and compassion that you may not have received back then. True healing isn't about blaming your parents or reliving every painful memory. It's about becoming aware of the invisible patterns shaping your life and deciding that they no longer have the final say. Your past may explain who you became, but it doesn't have to decide who you remain. Maybe your childhood still influences your adult life because your mom spent years trying to protect you. But perhaps now it's ready to learn something new, that you are no longer trapped in the past. You are safe enough to grow, to trust, and to become the person you were always meant to be. If this video resonated with you, subscribe to Mind Insights for more psychology videos that help you understand yourself, heal, and grow. Until next time, take care of your mind. It stays with you for life.